1 second. Alright, here we go, cut it out. Yep, got it. Alright, good shit. So okay. Alright, this is BOE Week 14 weekly updates. It's a little bit late, so my voice is a little bit down. Cause I'm trying to wake my kids up. We're gonna dive right into it. Let's check. Let's start off with the weekly. We're gonna start off with the weekly awards. Okay, so last week weekly awards, we have Jay Cutler. For the Eagles, he went 22 of 36, 369 passing yards, 4 passing TDs, 1 sack, 2 carries, 8 rush TDs, and 4 fumbles. And then on the AFC side, we have Latavius Murray, 17 carries, $166, and 3 rushing touchdowns. Congratulations to Oklahoma. Congratulations to Rainbow. On the defensive side, we have Sam Shields, 10 tackles and a pick. Congratulations to Jeff Palin. On the defensive side, we have CJ Mosley again with 10 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recovery. Congratulations to you, Mo. With that done, we're going to be moving on. So week 14, we had Riggs and the Raiders going against Sweeney. As you can see, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. As you can see, the Raiders was able to win 34-7 to win into Arrowhead, and they was able to get the victory in Arrowhead convincingly. They'll move on to this game. This was one of the heavyweights battle that we was talking about. The Saints came in Tampa, and they was able to get the job done 23-12. This weekly update is going to be speed up. It's going to be fast. Only reason why I'm disappointed in the 5 games that wasn't played, or 6 games that wasn't played because of scheduling. All right, moving on. We had a nice divisional game that went down. Blue and the Redskins versus Oklahoma and the Eagles. They was able to get this game done. They was able to get this game played. It was a battle, just like the Saints battle was a battle. So dive into the Saints game real quick. As you can see, it was 7-6 in the first quarter, 13-6 in the second, 3 after halftime. So the Saints essentially sweets came in here and they basically shut down the Bucs after halftime to keep the victory and end the game. As you can see here, turnovers was almost similar, 3rd downs almost similar, time of possession was similar, but what just happened was they was able to score as opposed to putting the ball. So you look at the stats here, you have Glenn, he went 231 for 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Drew Brees, same thing, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. He was sacked twice, and he wasn't sacked at all. 16 for 23, 10 out of 7. As you can see here, the Saints got the ball going early in the run game. They was able to get some running yards where Doug Martin was shut down. As we all know, Doug Martin been running wild in the muck, but he was shut down. Going to the receiving aspect of it, Stephon Jenkins is able to, do his normal stuff. $156 and a touchdown. Brandon Cooks was able to cook still and go over the century mark and a touchdown. Where you go defensively, as you can see here, they both got away with, the Saints got away with 2 sacks, and they won a turnover battle by 1. Stephon Jenkins just continued his run at linebacker. One of the good linebacker stories of this year. So we're going to dive into that. Redskins and Eagles game. It was a scoreless first. It was a scoreless first quarter. Second half, Washington wound up with 21 unanswered points and just went into the half feeling good about this game. They in Philadelphia. They just skunked them the first half. Third quarter was more of a defensive battle. Almost like what the first quarter was. It was 0-0. The Eagles started answering back in the fourth quarter, but it was just too late. Two last-minute scores by the Redskins put this game away. As you can see, total game yards is close and similar to both teams. One really did it passing for the Eagles, while Washington just went smash mouth and just ran the ball all over the Eagles. Now you can see time possession was also close. Let's dive in so you can see what's more in depth into it. As you can see, Jay Cutler was almost perfect this game for 369 yards, 4 TDs, 22 out of 36. He had himself a great game, but they just could not stop the rush. They could not stop the runs. You can see here, Keith Marshall, 95 yards, Sarah Jones, 72 yards, 48 yards. Each three running back headed backs all had a touchdown. It was a ridiculous game for the Skins. Going to receiving, let's see, Donald Beckham, he completed the century mark, and he had 2 passing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns. Zach Ertz got a touchdown, Chris Conley got a touchdown. The Eagles' aerial attack was in full effect, but they could not stop Washington's rushing attack, and this is what cost them the game. Going to defense, we're going to go into it a little. We're going to talk about the defense here. As you can see, the sack favored both. It was just you had Preston Smith with the sack, Ben Logan, Spurs, and Wilson. But then in turnover battles, only one difference between both. But what really won the Redskins the game here, as you can see, 0-21 skunked them, and then the Eagles bounced back in the fourth quarter. But by then it was too late. Good game, fellas. Blue in Oklahoma. We'll move on to the next game. So this game right here was Cleveland. It was another divisional game that did not disappoint. You had Poison playing the Cincinnati Bengals going against Blunt and the Cleveland Browns. As you can see, Cleveland went up early with 3 scores in the first quarter. It's another 3 scores in the second. So they went into halftime with a 6-0 shutout. Third quarter, both teams couldn't get it done. Fourth quarter, Cleveland was able to put up 12 points to hold off the lead and get this up to win against the arch rival Cincinnati. If you go in here, you can kind of see, you can see total yards, which the turnover battles. Cincinnati forced 3 turnovers, but they still lost the game. As you can see here, you can see Griffin. Griffin did himself a great day. 218 a TD, 11 out of 21 or 23, 11 out of 20. So he had himself a good game. Andy Dalton and AJ McCarron both had a chance to go at it, couldn't get the job done. But now with 70 yards rushing, receiving wise, just Josh Gordon just basically 2 long deep passes. Just won this game those 2 passes just won the game for the Browns. As you can see here defensively, you're gonna have 3 sacks. Well, basically, you're gonna have 4 sacks from Cleveland, 5 sacks from Cleveland, as opposed to only 2 sacks from the Bengals. So Cleveland just dictated this game early on, and they was able to walk away with this victory. As you can see, you have an 18-10. It was a tight victory, but they was able to walk away with it. Congratulations to you, all day Blunts. Moving on. Going to this game, Chicago versus the Nasty Bears, and Chicago versus Raw and Lions. This was a 21-17 battle. Another one of the divisional games. That's 3 divisional games that we had this week. So clearly, week 14 was a divisional week. So let's dive into it. First quarter, as you can see, Chicago goes up 7-0 and they go up 14-3 going into halftime. They continue the mayhem, going up 21-3. And then Lions bounce back in the fourth quarter with Matthew Stafford through a rally, but by then it was just too late to come back in the home crowd and they fell short. So we're gonna go into it. As you can see here, the running game was non-existent, the passing game was non-existent, 13 first downs to 10, but this is what won the Bears the game. 4 turnovers as opposed to 2. 6 third down conversions as opposed to 1. You can't win a game if you can't convert third downs. We all know this. It's simple. You gotta win out to get it. Moving on. So let's see what the stats was. So as you can see here, Brian Hoyer. So Matthew Stafford wasn't even playing; he was hurt. Brian Hoyer, the backup, just couldn't get it done at home. The 2 picks, 5 sacks. The O-line was atrocious. Logan Ryan, he still couldn't get on the board. He's had himself a good campaign, but running wise, just the rookie, not the rookie actually. The rookie was only he was held in checks 15 yards. But he had Bird here with 86 and 3 rushing touchdowns. He was breaking them, averaging 5.1 yards a carry. That's ridiculous. As you can see, none of them was able to really pass the ball. But it was the defense that really won the Bears this game. As you can see with the sacks, there was 3 sacks by Murphy and 1 sack. This guy's been a sack machine all season. He's leading sacks, and I can see why. He just averaging 3 this week. So the Bears are just all over the Lions this game, including with the pigs, as you can see here. It was just one of those games that the Lions couldn't get anything done. Good job. Congratulations, you two, for this game. Congrats to the Bears for the win. So moving on to this game here, Atlanta at LA. You had Big Papi and Atlanta Falcons going up against Mig and the LA Rams. So this game was one of those games that came down early. Atlanta was in LA. They came off a devastating loss last week, so they did not want to lose. LA jumped up to an early start. They went 16-0 on them, and it was just ridiculous. At 16-0, they, all they have to do is just close it out, finish the game. But Atlanta came out the second half with a game plan. They took it off as if it was 0-0, and they just shut out. Just like what the Rams did in the first quarter, they shut out the Rams in the second half and just put on 21 unanswered points to win them the game. Now run down to the stats as you see here. You have 197 to 4. You have 11. Let me repeat that. 11 versus 5 on first downs. If you can't get a first down, you're not going to win the game. As you see, 3 turnovers. So the game was essentially relatively close. It could have went either way, but just that crazy Matty Ice went Matty Ice on him as if he was back in Boston College and just brought his team back from the depths of defeat to get a victory in LA. Wow, what a game. As you can see here, he had 236 yards, 2 passing TDs, 3 picks. He was sacked 5 times, so the LA Rams was getting pressure. Jared Goff just couldn't get it done at home. Horrible 27.8 was the lowest you've seen all season. Before this was 34.8, and that was Carson Wentz with the Eagles, and that was like 3 weeks back. So now we have a new low, 27.8 for starting quarterback, 102 yards, 2 picks, just couldn't get the job done. Moving on, Todd Gurley was held in check, 7 carries for 11 yards. He's not looking like the rookie from last year who had that burst. He's been held in check a lot this year. I mean, people have been stacking the box to try to contain him. So we'll see how the Rams counter with this. But Trevor Coleman was a lead back here, as you can see, 59 carries, 3.9 average. Then we go into the receiving. The beast mode Julio continues his onslaught on the lead with 5 carries and hits the century mark on a touchdown. And then the tight end Jikatemi ended on with that. We're going to go deep dive into the defenses. You can see here, LA was able to get after the quarterback with the sacks, 2.5, 1 here and there. But what really got them the victory for Atlanta is these last minute takeaways here. See these 2 right here in the fourth quarter killed the game. These came up early, but the 2 in the end killed the game for LA, and Atlanta was able to just sweep them in the second half of the game and get the victory done. Wow, impressive. The last game we're going to review for this week is another rivalry game, the Giants in Dallas. This game on paper looked like a very good game on paper, but that's not what happened on Sunday. So we got into this game. Both teams have been up and down all season. It was a very competitive game that we thought it was going to be, but no, Dallas came into Big Blue and just laid that big stop in the middle of MetLife Stadium. Go into it. As you can see, it was a well-balanced attack by the Giants. By the Cowboys. They had 109 rushing, 183 passing. The Giants being down early had to force the passes, and they went 235 yards. As you can see, at first down 16, they was playing catch-up all game, but the 4 turnovers is what cost them to lose this game. Then you see Tony Romo, who's subbing in right now for a bench Doc Prescott is going, which is not really a sub, but he's doing it at he's won the last 2 games convincingly and had a high passing rating, getting 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns and 1 pick for $183. 11 out of 15 was a great game. Only had 4 incompletions. And then Eli had an Eli game. He threw up the yards, 246 by the expensive 21 for 34 and 3 picks. Just couldn't get it done. Rushing Ezekiel, the freak Elliott, went 15 to 10 for 109 rushing. He did an astonishing 7.3 yards per carry. Wow, 1 touchdown, bro tackle. As you can see, he did break onto the house for 71 yards. The Giants was held in check with running, receiving. Victor Cruz did a lot of the carry, a lot of the work. Odell Beckham is still hurt, coming back from injury. The Giants missed him this game. As you can see here, they had to rely a lot on Victor Cruz, and they tied in William Ty, and still just couldn't get the job done. For them, defensively, the turnovers is really what killed them. But as you can see here, the sacks here was even both ways. It went with both teams. But just this right here, you can't win the game and giving it to Dallas. We're just one of those games. Good job to you, Abolish. That concludes the weekly update for BOE. I didn't even see someone coming in. Good job on that. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the stream yet, hit that subscribe button. Follow on YouTube. Do what you gotta do. We got this. BOE, Kamish, Muckable Stars already. Let's go. And get them games in. So we're gonna go into week 15 quickly. This game, look like it was already played. Rams to Seahawks. Seahawks end up winning this game. So look at that. We can get an early start on the weekly. Even just deep dive in it. Let's go. So we have it here 0-0. Then the Seahawks went up 17. Rams forced a safety. Got 7 points in the fourth quarter, but that was just too late. They just couldn't get the job done. As you can see, both teams just couldn't run the ball on each other. The Rams was able to pass the ball on them, but it was the turnovers that really, really killed LA. Rams again. As you can see here, Russell Wilson had one of those Russell Wilson games. He didn't turn the ball over. He went 10 out of 13. Yeah, 10 out of 13. Jared Goff had a better game this game, but still the turnovers was really what messed him up. Tom Gurley was held in check again. Receiving wise, Tavon Austin tried to do what he could do, but it was just one of those games that they just couldn't get it done. As you can see here, Michael Bennett had 3 sacks, Cole had 2, but here's the sack like the pick right by Richard Sherman. You know not to test him. Michael Bennett had a fumble recovery, and the defense just was able to get the job done, and they got it out. So we have KC and the Dolphins going up against Big Ons. Good luck to you guys. We have Jeff Powell and the Green Bay Packers going up against the Bears. Hey Jeff, the mean was solid. I need you to beat the Bears on this. I need him to lose, and I need to win this week for us to be tied again. All right, give me that solid. Then we're going up against Duke, who just came up with a devastating loss against the Saints. Going up against Abolish, who just came up with an easy victory against the Rams last week. Should be an interesting game. Then we have the Jags versus the Texans. Then we have All Day Bucks just come up with a win against the Bengals. Going up against the Bills. Then we have Oklahoma and the Eagles, who just lost the devastating divisional loss to the Redskins, going up against the Baltimore Ravens, who just won their game last week against the Patriots, 27-7. Then we have Angry Turtle and the Tennessee Titans going up against KC. KC just lost their match last week. Titans won last minute against Denver, so it should be an interesting game. Then we have Raw, who just lost against the Bears last week, going up against Donnell, who just took a thrashing against the Cowboys last week. So it should be an interesting game here. Good luck to you too. Then we have Word Psychotics versus myself. Should be an interesting game. I lost last week to the Cowboys. He had an easy victory last week. So it should be an interesting game. We're looking to bounce back because we need to win this game and hope the Bears lose for us to keep ourselves in that playoff race. Should be an interesting game. Then we have Sweets versus Saints. Sweets just came off a nice win against the Bucks. And the Saints just came off a nice win themselves. This should be another interesting game. It's it's one of those NFC games. They could be playing for seeding and everything else here. Should be an interesting game. Put this one on your calendar. Move this up. Flex it at prime time. Look out for that game. Then we have Burn a Lot, who just lost last week, going up against Big Poppy, who was able to get a victory last week. Should be another interesting game. Watch out for Julio Jones and Matty Ice going up against Blaine Gabbert or Kaepernick. Interesting game. Let's see how that goes. Then we have the God New England going up against the Denver Broncos, which came for a devastating loss last week. They're looking at rebounds going into they're looking at rebound at home versus New England. Then we have Rainbow and the Raiders, who just came off a victory last week. Going up against the Chargers, who came off a loss last week to the Jets. Actually, no, they beat the Jets last week. I apologize. So they're looking to bounce back. But they both won. But the Chargers looking to win this game. It's a divisional game at home. We should see how that goes. Then we have another. This is going to be another crucial battle. So the Saints and Cardinals game plus this game. So one of those games should flex. Try to get it on. Whatever you gotta do. Call your cable people. Make sure you have this game on. Go to your neighbor, steal their Wi-Fi. Make sure you get this game on. Watch this game. It's going to be one of those great games that you do not want to miss, especially with 2 weeks left into the playoffs. With this game, could shape the picture of the playoffs for both teams. So you have Pittsburgh going up against Cincinnati. Should be an interesting game. Last game of the week, we have nothing, the Carolina Panthers going up against Blue Hens and the Washington Redskins. The Skins went into the Eagles last week and they just devastated the Eagles and got the victory. The Panthers went against the Hawks last week, and they got the victory against Seattle. So this should be an interesting game. Both teams coming up strong. Both teams feeling healthy. Both teams fighting for a playoff spot. Good luck, fellas. Once again, I thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. BOE's gonna keep on going. We have 3 more weeks until we unveil the first official divisional medals that we're gonna be handing out, and then also the awards. The regular player awards, but each owner began divisional. Each owner that wins a division will begin a divisional medal. Then it's the road to the Super Bowl. Is gonna get the first official new BOE Super Bowl trophy. Should be a good game. Should be interesting. Road to the playoffs. Road to Super Bowl. Get it done. Get your games in. Like I said, any questions? DM me, tag me, text me, call me, whatever. It's 2:00, and I still gotta work out, so I might play a game before I go to bed. But I still have to do my workout, and once I'm done with that, then I'll probably hit the sheets because my opponent hasn't responded back yet. But good looks, weekly update. See you next week in week 15. Uncle Boy Styles 08. I'm out.